Hey friends, it's Miss Lynn, and I'm here in the Jack's Imagination Lab at your Washington Pavilion. Just because we're doing the socially responsible thing and staying home doesn't mean we can't have some fun and learn some things too. So I've got some neat activities that you can do at home with things you probably already have laying around the house. So let's get started. Hey friends, so I don't have a fancy name for this experiment, but it's something that's kind of fun to do, and you're gonna probably have these things easily in your house. If you've got Alka-Seltzer or any generic brand of these, it's used for colds, and so it's an effervescent tablet, which means it's going to react to the water and bubble. And what we're going to investigate is whether it dissolves faster if it's a whole tablet or if it's a crushed tablet. And so what you're going to do is just take one packet of this. There's 2 tablets in a packet. So you open that up. I've put mine in a dishes here. And then you're going to just break one of them up into a powder. Now you can do that if you have a fancy thing like this, like a mortar and pestle. Maybe mom's got those to grind her own spices. If you don't have one of those, stick it in a baggie, zip it up, crush it with your hand. That's all you really need to do. I like to use the fancy mortar and pestle because it makes me look and feel more like a scientist. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to grind this up into a powder. I don't have to push very hard because these are really soft. So I'm just going to kind of grind that all up as finely as possible. We don't want any chunks if we can help it. I'm going to make it as much of a powder as we can. Okay, I'm going to pour it into here. Now obviously I'm not going to get 100% of the powder in there, but it's close enough. Sometimes when I do this in the classroom, we would weigh each of these to make sure that they weighed the same. We're not going to worry about that today. But I've got 2 cups of water, and I did measure the water to make it equal because you want that to be the same. That's your control, and if you change all the variables in this experiment, you're not going to know whether or not it made a difference if it was crushed. So we need to make sure that the water is the same amount, but we've got our whole tablet and our crushed tablet, and we're just going to pour them into the water at the same time and see how long it takes to dissolve. Are you ready? Here we go. Now this one clearly is bubbling differently than the whole tablet. And as we continue to watch, that whole tablet is bubbling quite a bit. It's actually moving around in the cup, which is kind of neat to watch. And you can see in the one that's the powder that the bubbles are forming all around the bottom. So every little particle of that crushed tablet is reacting to the water. Kind of cool that it makes bubbles on top. And if I look through here, this one is all dissolved. In fact, I could stick my finger in it and there's nothing in there. This one's still reacting. So a crushed tablet clearly dissolves faster, but a whole tablet dissolves longer. So there's another experiment that you can try, and when you're done with this, you can just dump it down the sink.